My mom has been getting more and more phone calls lately from people asking for me. I do not know why, because I have unspoken to anyone in my life since I was 14, and it's not like I have any family left. My parents are dead and my only sister ran away from home when she was 16. I'm pretty sure she'll be 30 this year. But still, every time my mom gets one of these calls, she says that the caller is asking for me by name and that they sound desperate. When I was 14, I did have friends. I remember that there were 4 of us. I'll call them Alex, Billy, Charlie, and Daniel. It's not their real names, but it's the closest I can remember. I also remember that we used to hang out at this specific abandoned house. We would jump over the walls and play hide and seek inside the building. We called it our secret base. That house has since been demolished and replaced with a parking lot. But I do remember that there was an attic in that house. We all used to go up there to get away from the others, or just to chill out. There was no furniture or anything, just wood paneling around the walls and floorboards creaking under your feet. I remember it was dusty, and we would cough a lot. Now that I think about it, I don't really remember leaving that house ever. I remember sleeping there overnight and waking up in the morning and the sun shining through some hole in the roof. I remember hearing scurrying in the walls and footsteps above us when we were hiding in the attic. It sounded like someone or something dragging metal moans. I remember sitting there with my 3 friends and feeling something brush past my leg. I looked down and saw this weird gray mist. It was kind of transparent and it brushed against my shoe, then it vanished. We sat there in silence for a moment and then went back to playing. That was until one day when I heard voices in the attic while I was alone. I was scared to go up there because I thought it was just my imagination, you know? But then I started to hear footsteps again and I got curious. I went up the ladder, and I remember it vividly even now. I was so nervous that my heart was beating loud enough for me to hear it over the sounds in the attic. When I turned the light on, it revealed nothing. The attic was empty except for the wooden beams and dusty floorboards. I remember walking over to the corner and seeing what looked like a pair of eyes staring at me. I spun around, tripping over my own feet, and running down the ladder as fast as I could. I never went back into that attic after that, but I kept going to the house with my friends. I told them what I had seen, but they didn't believe me. They said I was making stuff up because I had watched too many horror movies. I dropped the subject, and we continued playing. That was until the last time I ever went to that house. I was playing hide and seek with my friends, and I decided to hide in the attic. I climbed up the ladder and went into the dusty space. I walked around and found a spot between some boxes where I could hide. I stayed quiet and waited for them to find me. I remember that the attic was filled with shadows and dust motes dancing in the faint light, coming through the cracks in the roof. I felt a cold breeze on my neck and I shivered. I was waiting for my friends to start screaming, "Found you," and come rushing up the ladder. But instead, I heard something scratching at the door. I listened intently and heard the sound of heavy footsteps coming closer. I couldn't see anything in the dim light, but I could feel its presence getting closer. I started to panic and wanted to run away, but my feet were frozen to the floor. I tried to scream for help, but my voice wouldn't come out. I was paralyzed with fear. Then I saw a pair of glowing red eyes in the darkness. I screamed at the top of my lungs as the creature lunged at me. I don't know what it was. All I remember is that it smelled like rotting meat and old books. I tried to run, but it was too late. It grabbed onto my leg and pulled me down. I felt searing pain as its claws dug into my flesh. I screamed for help, but no one came. My friends were gone. I struggled to free myself from its grip, but it was no use. I could feel its hot breath on my neck as it whispered in a raspy voice, "You're mine now." I don't remember what happened after that. I blacked out and woke up in a hospital bed. When I told the police what happened, they didn't believe me. I mean, how could they? There was no way that some monster had attacked me in an abandoned house, right? The doctors said that my wounds were self-inflicted, and that I had scratched up my own leg and hit my head when I fell. I was released from the hospital 2 days later with a prescription for anti-inflammatories and a lecture about mental health. No one believed me. My friends said that I was lying and that I had made the whole story up for attention. They stopped calling me and hanging out with me altogether. I didn't blame them. I knew that what I had said sounded insane, and to be honest, I didn't even believe myself. I started to question whether or not I had made the whole thing up in my head. Maybe I had fallen in the attic and hurt myself and imagined the rest. Maybe I had seen a wild animal and panicked. Who knows? What I do know is that my parents noticed how upset I was and sent me to live with my sister. I haven't seen them since I was 18. I am 27 now and living in a small apartment by myself. The thing is that recently I've been having nightmares about that attic. I dream about being chased by the same creature through dark hallways and across rooftops. When I wake up, I have these scratches on my arms and neck. I don't know if I'm going crazy or what's happening to me. And now I've started getting these phone calls. People have been calling me asking for help, saying that they're looking for me. They say that they've been searching for years and begging me to meet up. They claim that I have something that belongs to them and that they need it back. But I don't know what they're talking about. I've never taken anything that could belong to someone else. Or have I? I remember taking something from that house. I don't know if it was before or after the incident with the creature, but I do remember having this weird necklace. It was silver and had this pentagram pendant on it. I wore it around my neck, but I haven't seen it since I moved into this apartment. If this has something to do with those people and whatever happened to me, then I want it back. I want to give it to whoever it belongs to. I don't want whatever it is that's going on to keep happening. The problem is I don't know where to look or what to do. I'm scared to go back to that house because I'm afraid of what might still be up there. I'm afraid that it's still waiting for me in the attic. I should probably just tell someone, right? Tell the police or a paranormal investigator or something? I don't know. What do you think I should do? Okay, well, first things first, Op. You need to get rid of that necklace. Whether or not it's connected to what's happening to you, it's clearly a powerful object. If other people are looking for it, then it's best to get rid of it before they find you. I suggest that you destroy it. Either burn it or throw it into a body of water, preferably salt water. Salt water is great at repelling evil entities. As for what's happening to you, I think it's time to pay a visit to that house once more. Go back to the attic and figure out what's going on up there. 'Cause OP, I don't think you've gotten rid of that thing that attacked you. I think it's still up there living in your attic. Dead. And I think it's grown attached to you. I mean, it even kept you as a pet, almost like a cat or a dog. But seriously, OP, this thing dragged you down and saved your life. Don't forget that. Whatever happens to you next, it's because of this creature that you owe your life. So maybe try talking to it before you try to kill it. Because honestly, Op, I don't think killing this thing will work. You almost killed yourself, Op. But that didn't stop it from coming back. So you need a different strategy. Well, Op, I hope you leave that house alive. Stay safe out there, I guess.
Horror fans,